Yeah, mishmash of colors in this whole design is but I love it. I think that's if I ever build a house one day, it might look something like that. Hi, I'm Lauren, welcome to my channel. Today I have a really exciting building project that I'm going to get started on, and I'll take you along for this adventure. It is the first time that I'm going to be making this particular item, and we shall see how it goes. I love reading. That has been a passion of mine for a long time, since childhood. So what I'm going to be making is a little book nook that kind of fits into your bookshelf between your books, and it's sort of like its own little world inside there. Here we are at my bookshelf, and these are some of the books that I have been reading, and there's actually still some here that I still need to read. I've been kind of hesitating on reading this, but yeah, I need to I need to find the right moment to read this. I have read this book, which I really went through super fast, as well as this one, and I've read this and I loved this book. What a book nook is, and what we're trying to make, is some of these books would come out, and then you see how we have this little space over here, or maybe even a bit bigger than that. We have this little space, and this is kind of where the book nook would fit, and it will be kind of like about the same size as the books are, and it's just gonna be like a whole little world inside there. So I've seen a couple of these made before, and I'm kind of just excited to experiment with this and see how it goes. To start off, I have sourced out some bits of a thicker kind of cardboard, and this is gonna make up the main frame of this structure. And I also have a big thing of hobby glue. I have a hot glue gun as well, but I'm gonna save using that until I really need it, because I've got all this glue to use. So might as well just start with this. I know it takes a lot longer to dry than hot glue gun, but I also have some tape, so I will be using these two to kind of get things together. Scissors and some things that I can cut like windows with, or stuff like that. I don't really know how this is gonna look. A ruler and a pen. Okay. I want to make sure that all my measurements are the same. I'm going to do about, let's do 22 centimeters. Okay, that is good. Now I basically just need a back, which I could do with this piece of cardboard. Sorry, you can't see, but like so. Okay. Alright, that will work. Okay, so let's just make sure that I get the measurements right. So I think 12. So I'm going to do about 12 as the width of this book nook. I have no idea what theme or anything yet how I'm going to do this, but hopefully that'll all come to me. Right now I'm just like, let me just make this structure. And we have there. Okay, so that's how wide it's gonna be. It is quite wide, but I want to make sure that there's enough space inside to kind of like build a couple of things and add some things in. So this is definitely wider than your average book. It's probably about the size of 2 books, but I think when it goes inside well, hi. When it goes in between the other books, it'll look kind of cool. I'm going to start by using the tape to kind of cover these edges because they're so rough, and I think it will just be kind of like neater and easier to like stick and glue everything together if the edges are a bit nicer than they are right now. So I'm just using this kind of masking or painted tape, I guess it's kind of called. And voila! The reinforcements have been done. It's super strong now. I ended up using the clear tape inside and as well as on the outside. You can kind of see it there. The clear tape is just really strong and like a lot thicker than the thin tape I was using, so it really is a nice solid structure now, which is great. And now what I'm doing is I'm covering the outside with this black paper. I don't think I'm really going to be doing anything on the outside because you won't really see that when it goes inside the bookcase, and I might use some washi tape on the edges here just to like neaten this up a bit and make it look cool. This is kind of how it looks right now, with the edges all with black and the washi tape around the side. I have an idea for the floor, how I want to do the floor, so I will start making that. But first, I'm not too sure about the wall colors yet, but I know that I definitely want to have a big like stained glass window on this side of, so like kind of as you're looking in there, there'll be this like cool stained glass window. So I'm going to be doing that with these materials. These markers are watercolor ink, aquarelle. So what you do with them is I'm just gonna like mark shades of color onto my paper, just in random spots. So I'm doing two different color schemes so that I can see kind of which one is going to work best when I decide like what the walls will be like and how the walls look with the floor, etc. So this is like a green, blue, yellow kind of toned one, and then this one's going to be red, orange, pink, and yellow. So they look kind of messy right now, but when you add the water it kind of changes up quite a bit. And now I will take the water and the paintbrush and just kind of start coloring over it. See, it's already there, quite light with all the water. This is with all the water added to both of them, so you can see if I lift it up, it gets really absorbed into this paper. Oh, that side looks pretty cool too. Wow. I have to let these dry for quite a long time before I can draw or create some window frames on them, which I'll probably do in a black. So I'll just let that dry for a bit. These are how the two stained glass windows that I was creating with these watercolor ink markers turned out. They're completely dry now. So I decided I'm going to use this one. So I've cut it into this shape, and I probably will not use that one. I'll just save it for a different project. So I'm excited how this is going to turn out. I've kind of done that right now. And just gonna keep going. Okay, I've got this kind of thing going on. And I'll show you when it's finished. So this is how it currently looks, and I think I'm gonna do in each block. I'm gonna do these extra details. I've kind of just created these lines like that. Oh, I must still add one over here. I cut a piece of paper because now I'm going to be working on the floor. I'm starting on the tiles and I have drawn the lines going down. Unfortunately the paper, because the walls of the structure are not completely straight, so there is a tiny bit of space here, but I think when I add furniture I can cover it up somehow, but the others are all straight. And I think I'm going to make the tiles 1 inch. So just marking that off now. Okay, so I've got the squares done. Now the first part is every second one is going to have a circle in the middle. Then every other one that's left is going to have a square in the middle. When that's done, from each of the circle ones, you're going to have a line that goes from the corner to the circle, from the corner to the circle, corner to circle, corner to circle. And then for the square ones, it's going to be corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner. Now for colors, I'm going to be using, I've decided on this kind of royal darkish blue sort of tone and a black marker. So it's going to be like a blue, black and white design on these tiles. Okay, it's all done. So moment of truth. How does it look inside? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, so that is the first part. It's quite a bold floor. So the walls will maybe be solid colors. I'm looking through colors, and at first I thought this like dark red, but when I place it in there, you can kind of see there, it's quite nice, but I'm worried it's going to be like a little bit too dark. And then I was going through other colors, and then I came across this, which is like really unusual, but I like how light it is because it's such a small space. Okay, I've sort of placed the first wall in there, and then we have the second wall, so I can sort of see what it's gonna look like. But yeah, I like that. The color combination is cool. I also found this little painting that I did long ago for something else, and so I've cut it out, and I thought this would actually be really cool on the wall there. To glue the inside, I'm actually using this glue because I didn't really like how the white glue left a little bit of these like bubbles on the outside. You can kind of see them there. it down. I might have a slight change of plans. I found this paper which goes really nicely with the yellows and stuff in this picture. And then I was wondering what this paper would look like kind of in here. And I tried to place it, I don't know, I could still do that. Kind of like a, I know it's very big color combinations here, but I really like bold. Like for me, bold, I mean, I have tie-dye in my home, so I really like the bold colors. I could put this at the back here, like a real feature kind of wall, because it is really pretty. This, wait, oh goodness, okay, like that. I'm still not completely sure what I want this room to be, but it's probably, well, yeah, we'll see. For now, I'm just going on like what is vibing, and this is a cool little look, I think. That's all stuck together now, and yeah, I'm excited. This is a room that I would want to live in. I think I would want this room in my house. Now I want to work on some furniture, so I found this couscous box that is a good size, but it's a little bit too wide. If I put it in here, I think it blocks like the back quite a lot. So I would like to use this, but probably like half the size of it. I will cut it. Okay. That was quite a process, but we have two halves. So, for example, if I do use this, that will work a lot better, I think, yeah, because then you can kind of still see the back. So this is going to fit in there and kind of make like the different shelves. So to attach each of the shelves, I've stuck a piece of tape so that it's half on the shelf and then half of it will go onto the wall. And I'll just place that inside. Like that, and then I will definitely reinforce with like some more tape to make sure that it's like really in place. This is the finished bookshelf stuck all together, so this is kind of how it will fit in, which I think is pretty cool. I decided on this light purple color, bit of a textured look to it. Something like that inside, which I think goes pretty interestingly with the other colors in the room. And yeah, it's coming together. And then now I'm playing around with creating a chair. So I found this tea box, and it had kind of this interesting type of opener thing. So what I was able to do is like fold the opener in and then attach it here. So you can see it kind of has created this sort of chair type of thing, armchair. Then I found some other scrap cardboard, and what I'm doing is I want to close these holes that are on the sides. So I am using this cardboard and kind of measuring it in there and then cutting it out. Fold it in half like so. So we have that shape. And then this will fit in the corner there, just to like cover that gap and kind of keep it strong. I think that works. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of the situation inside. This is kind of the placement that I'm thinking for now, is like having the bookshelf here opposite the stained glass window, and then having the chair kind of at a bit of an angle against the back wall over there. And yeah, now to like decorate and add some more things. So right now I am busy trying to decide how to cover this couch, and I have these little books that are really useful. They have just like, you know, tons of different colors and also patterns and things. And I have a different one here. This one's like a floral themed one, and just like lots of really cool designs in there. So I've kind of settled on either there's this one, can you see it? It's like blue with these little white dots, or there's this one which has like pinks and blues, and I think that could kind of like go interestingly with the rest of the colors, seeing as we're loving the colors in this design. So I haven't stuck the shelf down yet because obviously I want to like add the things into it first, but I was like holding this in here and seeing kind of how it would look. Or there is that. Oh, I don't know, this is hard. It's a hard decision. I don't know, I think I might go with the flower one with this one. Then I also found these, which I think will be really cool, and they go quite nicely with our very colorful designs. These are like magnets that I got long ago, and obviously like I don't really use them anymore, but they have these really cool little patterns inside them, and I think that these could go really nicely, like they almost look like plates that are like stuck onto the wall, and there's 5 of them, so I think it could make like kind of an interesting design on one of the walls. So that was something else that I found decoration wise that could be kind of cool. And it's also just, yeah, a mishmash of colors in this whole design is, but I love it. I think that's, if I ever build a house one day, it might look something like that. And that's the inside so far. We're getting there. So I've been creating some books for my bookshelf, and I'll show you how I made these ones. So every morning I have a cup of tea, and on the tea bag are these little things. So I was like, I want to use these for something, because it just seems like their shape was kind of interesting, and so they've worked kind of perfectly to create these little books. So as you can see, this is a project that's been going over several days, because like each little part, I'm kind of just like having the ideas and then making something as the ideas come. How I made these little books is I take the 2 pieces of tea bag paper, I don't know what you call this, and then I fold over this part like that. Okay, so it kind of has like that little fold, and then I do that to the other one. I fold it. Okay, so it's folded, and then these two can connect together like that, and you can already kind of see that like shape of a book or a folder or file or something coming together. And then I hold those two pieces together like that, and then I staple them like that. It's kind of hard to hold them straight together, but I staple that probably like twice. Yeah, there we have like our little book shape. And then I take some washi tape, so maybe I'll use this colorful one. I think, yeah, I could also cover these with paper, I guess, but anyway, take washi tape and then I cover the outside of the book with the washi tape. And seeing as we're making a really colorful little Book Nook shelf insert thing, I'm using lots of bright colors with these as well. Cut, and then another bit to cover. Sometimes I have to use like 2 pieces of, or 3 pieces of washi tape, but anyway, so there we have, it's kind of covered. And then I just kind of fold it again, just make sure it's really got those like little edges, and there we have a little book. Okay, we have fresh staples. So now I can staple this shut, so that just helps it kind of hold together in that little shape, and then it just fits nicely. I will probably somehow glue these in. I'm not too sure about how yet, but like the little books go in here then, and kind of definitely we'll have books on this top shelf because they are the right width. The other shelves are kind of smaller, so I'm actually not too sure what I'm going to put on those shelves yet. Another thing that I have created is, as you know, we have the little couch, and I really wanted to make a pillow to go onto the couch so that it looks, you know, like a little bit more welcoming. And so what I did was, this is also a tea bag that is usually a rectangular shape. So what I did was I obviously drank the tea and then I took some tissues and folded the tissues and put them inside here. Today I am adding the final touches to my Book Nook. I finally got out my hot glue gun and I am going to be adding to the shelf these little items here using the hot glue gun, and then I'm probably going to glue everything down so that everything just kind of stays stable And yeah, that will be the last steps of the project. My first ever Book Nook is complete, and I really love how cool it turned out. It's like was so much fun to make all the different parts and just kind of be really creative with the process and how the ideas kind of came up, and yeah, it's really fun. So I'm gonna see how it looks now in an actual bookshelf.